revenons sur la construction de vos personnages. Comment vous les construisez? Qu'est-ce que vous avez besoin de savoir sur leur personnalité, leur passé, avant de pouvoir les écrire?
So getting back to how you construct the characters, what do you need to know to build the characters? Do you need to know about their past? What kind of elements do you need to build?
Yeah, it varies a lot. It's very instinctual for me. Often the trick is this. Often I'm going along and I'm writing it, but I know there's something missing. It's usually some secret the character hasn't told me to sort of be mystical about themselves. And usually that comes later, and then it's in the revision and in the latter half of the book that I understand that. So often it's the Nick Gatsby, character from Gatsby, where he has a secret and he's in love with Gatsby, or however you interpret the book, but that's how I interpret it. But he's not telling anybody, and at a certain point I know this thing about my character, and then they become real in a deeper way. They have a body to them.
Tu veux que je traduise? D'accord. Donc ça vient de son instinct. Elle attend que ses personnages lui racontent leurs secrets, pour être un peu mystique là-dessus, parce que finalement ça doit être quelque chose qui vient de eux, ces personnages. Donc elle le voit un peu comme justement Nick dans Gatsby, qui dans son interprétation est amoureux de Gatsby, mais ça c'est quelque chose qui est son secret à lui en tant que narrateur, donc elle l'envisage vraiment comme ça.
Et pour revenir aussi sur la construction et la gestion des informations, vous partez d'un crime et après vous construisez le secret qu'il y a autour de ce crime.
So about the construction process and how you manage the information. You start from the crime and then you start processing the information related to the crime, and what's the process?
It varies. It's always different for me. Sometimes the elements of the crime itself are more important than other times. If it's a crime, if it's an impulsive crime or a crime of passion, then it doesn't matter as much. That sort of, you will know me, sort of the case, that the actual incident is not as relevant as everything leading up to it. So so it is sort of situational, and there's often elements that come when I have a first reader, often make a lot of corrections in terms of the order of information, because you're not quite realizing what the reader needs to know when they need to know it.
Donc c'est très variable, parce qu'il faut savoir quand placer les informations, et du coup à la fin on dit que c'est vraiment une fois que une première lecture est faite, que ce premier jet soit un peu réorganisé pour savoir quelles informations placer où exactement. Donc c'est quelque chose qui est partie du processus d'écriture et réécriture.
Ce qui vous intéresse, c'est qu'est-ce qui a conduit les personnages à commettre le crime, ou quel impact ce crime va avoir sur leur vie.
Are you more interested in why they committed the crime, or what will happen to them because they committed the crime?
Yeah, I guess they're sort of the same to me. They should be part and parcel of the same thing. What dooms them? It's the Catholic thing again. The thing in you that has doomed you. Then that will dictate your response. So those two should be in concert somehow.
Donc c'est très très lié dans cette idée un peu catholique qu'on est condamné à ça. Donc ce qui nous mène à faire le crime est vraiment aussi ce qui est parti de notre réaction, et les deux sont liés.
That would be what Freud would say too.
Encore Freud
qui très bien sur le tapis.
Vous expliquiez que vous écrivez pas forcément la première scène au début de l'écriture. C'est-à-dire, vous n'écrivez pas l'histoire chronologiquement, ou c'est juste le début que vous retravaillez à la fin?
So he says that you've told us that you don't write the first part first, but how do you do it? Do you write chronologically and then add the beginning at the end? Or?
I do write chronologically, and but it's really, I do basically write in sequence completely, but often in editing, there's slightly, usually the beginning is what changes, the only thing that changes, just what, and when I say the beginning, not the beginning of the story, but the beginning of the book. So, like with You Will Know Me, adding that scene, I wrote it all in order, and then I added that scene. But basically, I have to write in order. I can't keep it straight if I don't write in chronological order. With a crime novel, I don't know how anybody would do it any other way than that.
Donc effectivement, elle écrit plutôt dans l'ordre, mais elle va revenir sur les premières parties vraiment pour les réaménager, réécrire dans la partie réécriture.
Le travail de réécriture a l'air important chez vous. Et quelles sont les choses dont vous avez absolument besoin avant de commencer l'écriture d'une histoire?
Tout initialement?
Ouais.
Oui. So he says that the rewriting process is a big part of your process, but what do you need to begin writing?
That's often it's often you think you know what you need and you don't, and you're wrong. It's real trial and error. To take off, I need to have picture in my head, a voice in my ear, and a hand on my shoulder. I would say all those things need to be at once.
Donc c'est la partie difficile et qu'il faut avoir la voix, une image picturale presque dans la tête, aussi la main sur l'épaule pour le guider. Mais du coup c'est très variable et très difficile à trouver.
Qu'est-ce que vous entendez par la main sur l'épaule?
What do you mean by the hand on your shoulder?
There has to be a real physical element. I have to feel that world. So it does feel almost that way. I mean, it's not like a character putting, but a little bit of that. But there has to be something. It has to go from the abstract to the ground. And maybe that's the way to think of it.
Donc cette main ne serait pas peut-être un personnage, mais si, un petit peu, mais vraiment une connexion physique avec ce monde fictif pour faire que l'abstrait devienne un peu plus concret.
Justement, par exemple dans You Will Know Me, le cadre où se déroule l'histoire, c'est la maison de famille. Comment vous travailler les cadres de vos histoires?
So in You Will Know Me, the setting is the family home. How do you develop these settings?
That's more part of the part I have to see. And once I saw that home in my head, then I could write. Like the gym too in that book, I had to really see it and have a physical picture of it, because my books tend to be enclosed spaces. So that's really I have to sort of be able to imagine myself walking through the house, and that's what I did with You Will Know Me. And so once I could walk through the house, then I knew I would describe it as it needed to unfold. And then I knew there was a tree in the backyard, and the tree becomes a part of it. It's sort of like that. I have to be able to give a tour.
And the garage.
Exactly. The garage and the lawnmower and all of those pieces. It's sort of like, I could see them. That's exactly what it's like.
En relisant le roman, en y repensant, c'est clair que toute l'histoire se déroule dans cette maison en fait, beaucoup plus qu'au gymnase.
So he's saying that when you reread it, it's clear that everything happens in that house.
Yeah, and it's you would think it's sort of. I like those ideas that the most pedestrian of settings. There's nothing special about that house, but it would take on these qualities, the sound of the washing machine and all of this. I wanted to sort of infuse it all with this creepy energy.
On pourrait imaginer que dans ce roman, ça va être le gymnase ou l'endroit où elle s'entraîne dans la maison d'Evon, mais c'est pas ça qui est intéressant, c'est la relation qu'a la mère à la maison.
So he's saying that in this book you could imagine it being the gym where she trains, the central setting, but in fact it's the house where the mom has this very deep set relationship with the space there.
That's right. It's her terrain, and she gets stuck there because of her son. So that was one of the reasons he had to be sick, is sort of to put them in this closed space. There's so much that she is missing in the gym, but in the home, there's no hiding from it. You know, it's so close, and so that's when everything comes to bear, and that's one of the reasons that Devon has to leave too.
Une traduction?
Oui.
Yeah, sorry.
Je sais jamais. Donc, du coup, elle a dû, d'une manière, le fait que le fils soit malade est vraiment pour que la mère soit attachée à la maison, contrainte à rester dans la maison, et puis ça devient son espace où elle imagine ce qu'elle est en train de rater dans le gymnase. Donc, et du coup, c'est très important pour développer l'histoire autour de ça.
Et encore une fois, c'est la manière dont vous utilisez la maison comme cadre narratif et certaines parties de la maison dans ce roman, c'est vraiment lié à votre choix de point de vue. C'est-à-dire...
So, the places you choose in the house are also closely tied to your choice and viewpoint.
Yes, no, definitely. You know, one's domain, the sort of sanctity of the home, which is especially big in American bourgeois life, you know, that's supposed to be the safe space. So, you know, everything in there is corrupted or infested, you know, sort of by the disease, because one of the child is sick, but really by the disease it's in the family, you know, it's spreading the family.
Du coup, la maison dans la culture américaine bourgeoise, c'est vraiment l'espace protégé où on peut se vraiment retrancher à l'abri de tout l'extérieur. Et elle voulait quand même montrer à quel point cet espace est corrompu ou rendu malade, pas que par le fait que l'enfant soit malade, mais vraiment que tous les problèmes de la famille soient imprégnés dans ce lieu.
Merci.
Thank you. Such great questions. It's so interesting to talk about the stuff that you don't really think. You don't like the process becomes so natural that you don't really step out and think, how do I do that?